And then that way he gets no credit as producer. And we could just be like, what are you talking about, Sam?
Sam. Shout out to producer Sam.
Hey, look, good work, Sam, on the cut.
Yeah, that's a great transition there, mate. Perfect, Sam.
Always so good.
Always so good. Well, anyway.
Rob guy.
Enclave CSGO EPS.
Yeah, I love this. Everyone keeps putting EPS in their name still.
I like it. I like it.
I know, it's a throwback. Tactical. We're making them change their name. Change your name right now. Change that name. Will's there ringing them on Skype. I've had enough. We're not called EPS anymore. It's Premiership. ESL Premiership, not UK.
You get so mad about that. Oh, dear.
And if you're going to say UK, it's the UK and Ireland Premiership. Thank you very much.
Oh, dear. It's not EPS. For all of you, wait. What's the hashtag?
Hashtag ESL Prem.
Okay, good. Yeah, for a second.
Which you can tweet us and let us know your favourite moments.
Yeah, we've had
from
some
the UK
awful
scene.
interaction today, haven't we? From you know, the boys at home.
Yeah, come on, Rom. I expected at least you to tweet.
Yeah, someone to tweet at us at, well, not even at, hashtag, remember the hashtag, ESL, literally ESL Prem. P-R-E-M. If it's that difficult, then God help you. Well, we are still in a pause as we're waiting for this one to go.
As we wait for Will Atwood to beat the new name into the server.
Oh, that was a great impression of him, though. That was really good. Who have you got taking this one? Who have you got taking this one?
I think Enclave should win.
I want to know who's playing for NSG. That's what I really want to know. Is there any chance, producer Sam, that we could... There we go.
There you go.
Right. Read it off. Let me hear it.
Jake.
Oh my gosh.
Peggy.
Oh, we're rolling back the years here.
Zacty.
Some say he... Oh, that's PG-13. We can't go into that.
Jakey.
Thought he was gone with Immy.
JBA.
Some say he stood in at Gfinity Finals and played awful.
Nuclear Storm Gaming.
Bring another mix.
They've stepped up again. A different team every week.
Who's the real Jake on that team?
Jakey.
Yeah, definitely.
Jakey's the real Jake.
Are we going to call, Jakey then Jake?
And all them other fake Jakes are just fools. They playing.
They play it.
They ain't the real Jake. Because he's got the keys to success, man.
Why don't you read off that, you know, that other roster?
What, in the blue corner?
Yeah.
Enclave. Shiki.
The King Kong himself, beast from the northeast.
SDK.
Haven't got a clue.
Sounds like a map editor. Because it also is.
True.
Trials.
Some say he's the most ADHD player in the scene.
Lumgy.
Quiet as ever.
He, well, actually does have the bit of a position on the map named after him. Snacks is called Lumgy in the UK scene.
That is very true.
And he doesn't play there anymore because everyone knows he plays there.
That is, again, very true.
Anyway, moving on. Whisk. We saw him play Mirage last season. He was bad. Now he's good.
Yeah, he's actually got some good aim, some crisp headshots, some crisp aim. But yeah, I mean, in those big matches, does he still deliver? I guess the experience is something that you can definitely garner and improve upon.
Well, those are your two teams. We're still in a pause. And Enclave have still not changed their name from EPS. Ooh. You can almost feel Will Atwood's blood pressure boiling.
Yep. Somewhere he's turning in his grave right now.
God, what happened to him? I only saw him 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know, but obviously you read the EPS.
He caught the stream.
Oh, are they ready?
I wonder what the issue is.
I know. Well,
there's no Ducky today on NSG. That's someone that I did expect to see.
That's very true. Why
I wonder if this now
here?
means if Jake will be calling for this mix as a pug. Will Jake be the IGL?
Find out next week on the Premiership, not the EPS.
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
Bet you don't know what EPS stands for.
Electronic. Don't know.
It was the ESL Pro Series, mate. God's sake. Back in the action, though. We're ready. We're plugged in. Let's get it going. Enclave Gaming versus Nuclear Storm Gaming. Lots of gaming to be had. All sponsored by Curry's from PC World, of course.
5 versus 4. No defusers coming out from Shiki and Co. As it'll be JBA to try and land the first headshot here with the Deagle for his team, as unfortunately Peggy was down early. First frag found by the King Kong. Oh, second as well. Jonathan Shiki steps in to the limelight, but now the light changes onto Trials as the smoke comes in and he's confused and he's lost.
Yep, he's a bit panicked, but he's been able to just sit through it and think this is fine. He does go down though, it's Jake and Jakey. The dynamic duo start to come back through, SDK as well. Editing the map one by one. Shiki coming back over as the beast from the northeast gets a bit riled up. And it's just fake Jake left in a 1v3.
Spots up the first player towards B main. Unfortunately, has to try and recover the bomb towards CT spawn. And there you have Whisk and SDK. Shiki goes for a peek as well, trying to go for the quad kill into this round. And I feel like if Shiki dies here, there's actually a chance for Jake.
Well, he's got USP. They're not really giving him much to work with. Obviously, he had to push out and get the bomb. He gets dinked down from the sidelines as well. Goes into an elevated angle, but they're not going to push you. They have no reason. Ooh, hello. Gets the first. Pops the head of SDK. Still hasn't recovered the bomb, though.
Ah.
Ooh. Ooh. Barely grabs it. Tries to push back across. Shiki's there. Takes down Shiki just in the nick of time as well. He can now actually go for the plant.
This is the real Jake. This is the real Jake. Here's Whisk coming in. Whisk, where are you looking?
Oh, Whisk jumps up onto the site. Somehow makes it a sight to behold as well. Finds the kill with a USB. Clutches it out. So no opening pistol for NSG there. This is a good start for Enclave. They're able to actually get some cash flow going on that CT side. But even then, somehow, fake Jake nearly made the round work.
Yeah, but he looked like the real Jake for a second there.
Jakey's the real Jake.
Jakey is the real Jake. Well, close round. All down to the 1 versus 1 between himself and Whisk. But going to be the Eco coming out here from Nuclear Storm Gaming, obviously. Jake, or should I say fake Jake, going to be bringing out the R8 revolver. We saw that the miners from Alu landed some actually, pretty nice shots. So maybe, just maybe, we can see something stellar.
Well, the Wild Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. I know you don't want none of this. But we're running this as we gun in this. As he gets the initial frag, comes through, tries to get the second. But the Buffalo Soldier, look, it's what I told you.
I like those references, mate. That was good. That was quite good. 4 versus 3. And that R8 deals big, big, big blows in terms of the HP bars.
Well, you know what they say. Any damsel that's in distress best be out of that dress when she meets Jim West. Because he's the Rough Rider.
1 minute 10 left on the clock. 1-0 in terms of the rounds after the pistol round victory. Seems likely or poised that actually Nuclear Storm Gaming will go 0-2 down. But as I say that, the real Jake, please stand up as he finds the first frag. And the second player coming towards high, this can be Whisk with the eventual trade frag. So 3 versus 1. Zakti. Others like to call him, yes, exactly. As he is the 1 versus 3. Near Lem would be proud.
It's like a Zacto knife.
What's that?
They're like little hobby knives you can get to cut like sprue and stuff.
What's sprue?
It's the stuff that Warhammer models are printed onto. Oh, he's going to go for the backstab. Hey! It's killed him. Still going to lose the round, though.
Still got some cash. Remember, that's an AWP to drop over to JBA.
JB AWP.
JB...
AK.
AK.
JB AWP.
Ooh, actually, we'll have the AWP to work with. So, 2 players lacking head armor here for Nuclear Storm Gaming into the first buy round. Galil there for Paggy, going to be investing into, I say, some utility. It's only going to be a smoke and a flashbang. 2 other smokes as well for fake Jake and the real Jake. But 3 MP9s from Enclave going to be carried forward into the first buy round here. M4 for SDK, M4 as well for Whisk. So, early control towards A main, which means they can maybe rotate a player back towards middle, have some help there. They have early information. Whisk gets aggressive as well, potentially, but makes a lot of noise and a lot of steps. And that means they walk into the spray. Whisk with the first 2 frags finds Zakti and Peggy. And now 5 versus 3 at the middle of nowhere. Nuclear Storm Gaming are thinking, what on earth just hit us?
He whisked them up. Let some eggs in a bowl, Snods. And all that's left is the kind of mushy mixture you get after you mix eggs in a bowl. So still technically just eggs in a bowl, but dead. Push coming around as well. They're trying to take mid-control. JBA going to be going through, scouting it out with the AWP in his hands as he tries to clear some angles and get some windows of opportunity. Scopes in towards the site, but no one's there. He is a sniper with a hell of a scope as he wants to try and take out a cop or 2 towards the A site.
Wow. Oh, that's a nice shot there from JBA. Envious would be proud of that one. 4 versus 3. Ooh, spots the elbow as well. Can't quite get it, but Jake coming in aggressive here. close towards A main. The bomb as well from Fake Jake as the real Jake chimes in. It sounds like some American TV show, but both the Jakes go down. Jake and Jakey nearly had a chance.
NSG, 3 rounds down. The buy comes back through, once again going for the Rough Rider, the Jim West Desperado over on Jake. Rest of them keeping it to the classic as the Deagles and the P250s come out. This 4th round should be snapped up fairly quickly from Enclave. They should just spearhead this round and get it down. Once again, going to be boosting up the revolver.
Oh,
see if this Buffalo Soldier can make it work.
Jonathan bringing out the AWP as well. Big old Sheiky. Likes to be called King Kong. Don't ask me why. But it's going to be the EQ coming out from Nuclear Storm Gaming. From Curry's PC World, of course. Well, Gaming from Curry's PC World, of course. But Jake now, R8, in a 1 versus 4. Don't really see this one happening. But then again, we've been wrong before.
You never know, mate. If they all push in from behind, maybe you can spam towards them as SDK coming through.
That thing lands big blows.
Yeah, it does, mate. There's a lot of damage if you can wield it. But
Oh my
obviously,
God.
not too much coming out.
Actually does a lot of damage, but obviously quite awkward to use and handle. 4-0 now. There's Nuclear Storm Gaming. Go for another buy. Orp for JBA again. He found some nice shots, though, opening up the A site. The problem is, though, Fake Jake and Real Jake came in a bit late. They couldn't really get any advantage off of the first frags they found from JBA, but goes up towards middle. Obviously, they saw Sheiky playing towards, connected with the Orp in the last round. But this time in the Molotov, he will take some damage, but the Real Jake does chime in. Trials as well. We'll find the eventual refrag onto the Real Jake. So 4 versus 4. As now we have a bit more of a competitive round here, Jack. This is what we'd like to see. 3 players towards A main. Yes, exactly, coming in towards door as well. We'll be falling back just a little bit. Probably going to be seeing the smoke towards highway, but the wallbang nearly lands as well from Jonathan Sheiky. But now they telegraph the ops here as well. So if I'm Nuclear Storm Gaming, I'm thinking, okay, there's an AWP on the A site. I'm smoking highway. I'm flashing out, and I'm using my utility to counter the AWP, but JBA doesn't care.
JBA goes down to the AWP to try and counter the aggression phase first. Sheiky as well, just able to take them down systematically. 1 by 1, he rails his way through them with the AWP, leaving it just on Fake Jake and Zacti to try and clear out this play towards the site. SDK as well plays from MBK, but he is just dead. That is the only fact that actually comes true. Jake on the entry, though, with the AK, finds the headshot, decimates 1 man, gets the double frag as well, as he pops the head clean off of Sheiky. So Jake might actually be able to clutch this one out. Going to tap the bomb as well to try and force the face and get them to focus towards him. As Trials goes for the play towards close mid. Luckily, Jake will fall back and plant in the nick of time. But how he exits the site depends on the opportunity of attack here for Trials. Catches wind of his location as well. Trials is moused and is spammed to the wall as he looks a little bit confused. Uses that utility now, though. Molotov out, try to force him off the site. Wants to catch him on the cross. And will actually do so. That's another round going to go the way of Enclave here as they keep it going. 5 rounds to nothing. Nuclear Storm Gaming, the only rounds they've had any real chance in have been off the back of Fake Jake.
Yeah, Fake Jake's looked good. He has looked good. 6 kills already, leading the charge in terms of firepower for Nuclear Storm Gaming earlier on to this matchup. But yeah, I mean, Fake Jake, we've seen some incredible rounds in terms of individual skill being displayed there. The pistol round is the biggest one to note, essentially. Landed those crisp headshots with the USP. The AK first bullet accuracy as well has been strong. And JBA lost primary AWP duty. It's going to be Fake Jake claiming that one. And now, what is the Real Jake? Jakey going to be calling. JBA goes to the peak towards the B side. Jonathan Sheiky, King Kong, misses the first shot. Oh, gets so greedy though. Tries to go for a second. And actually concedes the advantage they had before as we go to a stalemate. And SDK and Lumji are left a bit bemused there, mate.
It's not gone too well for them. As into this round, NSG looking like they definitely should try and get their first on the board. Whisk is the only man remaining for Enclave. He arrives back over at B. You got the HE, you got the Molotov, and the Flash to aid you with, as 3 players on that T side have now secured site control as well. Just going to be honing in and focusing towards the smoke. Combined, they have 4 flashbangs. They can just try and lob those out to stunt this push. For Whisk as well, you can see he's already sealed the deal. Just going to be holding and waiting for them to exit. That's when he's going to become into the round. Try and get those exit frags if he can. Doesn't actually want to try and go for it. As right now, it's just 2 remaining. He's tagged up Jake on the site. Peggy's going to try and cross and see if he can get out of there. Catches contact, but can't actually frag him. They're going to be able to get away.
They're going to dodge the
so
bomb, I think.
Low. No, they're going to be able to get away.
Yeah. 5-1 and good economical damage dealt by Whisk there as they try to go and save with 3 players alive. But the issue is now, Jack, 2 players survive for NSG, which means obviously 2 drops are going to come over. But 3 players need drops, so we could be seeing a UMP into play potentially from Nuclear Storm Gaming here into this round. And what's it going to be? It will be actually 5 AKs. So, sorry, 4 AKs, but look at the utility there for JBA, right? 1 flashbang is all he's got to work with. Jake as well, no utility to swap out the AWP eventually to give it back to JBA. 5-1. Nuclear Storm Gaming, if they get their money reset here in terms of the round loss bonus going back down to 1,400, we could be seeing a very, very strong first half from Enclave, as they are 5-1 up already. Jonathan Shiki, the King Kong beast from the northeast, going to be one of the AWP. Will be tagged just a little bit, as Jakey, the real Jake, should we say, spots him out towards Checkers.
Jake trying to go for this play towards mid. Up top, just looking over from Boost, seeing if he's going to scope anyone out. He can attempt to aggress on with the AK. No one really going to be opting to overpeak and extend out towards mid just yet, though, Snods. They know the risks. Jake now committing to push over. Jake here as well, the double threat towards the B site. Took it a little while there to actually realize what was going on, but finally adjusts and tries to reposition. That could have been awkward. JBA goes down. Jake as well falls short. Exactly the only one on the T side that's found an entry. Jakey's still alive towards B, though, and he's up close and personal. The bomb's got to rotate back round. It seems like they might gamble and actually just try and go for the play here towards the A site as they cut their losses.
2 players towards A now. Jake alone towards that B-bomb site. We'll find, actually, no, it's Peggy and Jake as well chime in for a frag apiece. As the trade comes out, the crucial trade at that. On to Trials. And Jonathan Shiki finds the frag towards CT. The real Jake was lurking as he picks up the defuse kit. So 1 versus 1. Zakti has 2 flashes. Molotov as well to work with as the bomb is planted for him. Shiki disregards the AWP for the AK as well. So now, this is a real chance here for Enclave to reset the money for Nuclear Storm Gaming and to send their money into disarray.
Shiki. All he has is a flashbang. Zakti has a Molotov double flash. Flashbang in, taps the bomb strike towards the face. He actually just goes straight out, takes the fight anyway. No messing around there. Zakti, confident in his play, backs it up. Nuclear Storm Gaming get 2 on the board.
5-2 then, as we head into round number 8. Money going to be salvageable now for Nuclear Storm Gaming. They need to really have an efficient round here versus the Eco from Enclave. This is the crucial thing for me, right? You've had your close rounds, your 1 player surviving. You've now had the Zakti being the last player survive. You had 2 players in the first round you won. The money hasn't been a scenario where it's been able to establish itself and to blossom and get into a position where they can afford a rebuy if they actually lose a round. But now, in the present, versus the Falika coming out from Enclave. No one investing into Kevlar here from the CT side. Just going to be 1 Deagle as well onto Whisk, and apart from that, P250s, USPs, CZs. This is the opportunity now for Nuclear Storm Gaming to really gain some cash here and gain a good foothold into this matchup. They're on their T side of cash. You could argue favoured for that side, you know, maybe 60-40% in favour of the T side of cash, but for me, this is the round where they have to get some efficiency done. They have to have a clean round and stack up the cash.
JBA gets the first kill. Zakti comes around as well as he sidelines SDK. It's just Shiki and Trials remaining. Shiki trying to be sneaky here. Wanted to overpower Jakey, but goes down because of it. Couldn't quite pull any shenanigans out of the bag this time around. Nuclear Storm Gaming off the back of a bit of an upset round. Have actually got some momentum together. Started to get the ball rolling. They're looking effective. They're now actually getting some buffer to play with here on this T side. As the buy comes back through for Enclave, but it's a lot weaker than it ever has been. Obviously, in terms of the buy rounds, they've been able to play with the AWP on Shiki. They've had a lot more utility than this. This actually could bode well for NSG. Just try and keep it going. Topple the Giant now you've weakened it. And get yourselves into a good position at the half.
Yeah, I mean, all the players from NSG now having over $2.8K, so does bode well for the money going forward. JBA, how has he found this such a forward position in towards the B-bombs. They're going to be tagging up Trials onto 12 HP. And it all comes down to this, playing ring around the roads towards the default side, but eventually going to be winning that duel. The B-bombs are now in control. Oh no, SDK gives up that opportunity as well as this JBA still alive and kicking towards the B-bomb site. Fake Jake forced the peak of the Molotov as well coming out from SDK, and opportunity lost now for Enclave. And Zacti as well towards the A site. Enclave, who, just to point out here, haven't won a matchup so far in the Premiership, are right now being tested. This is a team where they need a win ASAP. Whisk on Twitter said this is do or die for them, and he's not wrong.
Oh, Lumgy as well. The final man to fall there as Jake actually does find success. This is pretty good. They're actually starting to get momentum going back in their favor. They're banging their heads together. It looks like they've started to awoken. Jake and Zacti have actually been the two difference makers, both of them at 9 frags apiece right now. Jake had some very effective clutch rounds where he nearly did edge it out in the favor of NSG.
Yeah, I mean, right now from Enclave, I am going to get, quite worried soon. You win the pistol, you have the 5-0 advantage, and now into the buy rounds, Nuclear Storm Gaming showing much more prowess with their AKs. There will be a quality buy coming out from them. They have 2 sets of Kevlar for SDK and Whisk. Obviously, for SDK and Checkers, allows that first player to come in through B main and isolate Trials in the 1v1, catch him off guard. SDK then, again, misses the default player. Don't want to harp on that player quite harshly. Obviously, it was all banter at the start of the game, but yeah, in terms of those opportunities, you have to be landing those sorts of shots. But nevertheless, it should be the equalized scoreline here for NSG. This should go 5-5 in terms of the scoreline when you look at these two buys together in comparison. AK's utility here for the T side, and conversely for Enclave, just what? Deagles, CZs, which are obviously very prolific in their own right, but when they're backed up by Kevlar, only 2 sets of armor here for the CT side.
Nope, here comes the first frag though. Jakey straight out, gets the initial kill, tries to do more as well. JBA comes back 1 and 2 as Shiki and Lumgy are down in seconds. Hits on the left and right hook respectively. SDK, the only man remaining on that CT side. All he has to actually wield into this round is going to be the CZ that he was tapping away from miles onto the back of Jake there. Jake's going to turn, kill him with the AK. They've equalized it. They've done it. They've done the hard part now. 5 rounds apiece for either team as we get into round number 11.
Yeah, round number 11 now, 5-5 as we go all squared up into the 11th. No AWP again for Enclave, and actually for Jonathan Shiki, for, the big King Kong himself, that AWP was quite substantial towards middle, obviously, and towards the A site in the first round that they actually won. He found those 3 kills as Nuclear Storm made their assault and battery in towards the A site. But no more, JBA lurking towards, highway with an AWP. Nuclear Storm Gaming finding some reality. Maybe a reality check came out. But it seems that they're playing much better Counter-Strike here as we go into the latter portions of these rounds. 5 AKs again, no AWP for JBA, but he is trying to go for the same entry prowess we saw in the last round. Instead, no success, no trade frag as well. Such a weird play from JBA to go out on his lonesome. Ooh. Spot Whisk in, Trials in towards Vent, but he will eventually get away scot-free. Lumgy and Whisk chime in together as they annihilate the assault coming out from A and middle, leaving just the real Jake alone in a 1 versus 5, Jack.
Jakey, he's got his AK-47, can be used as a very effective tool as he fires through. Makes Lumgy look a fool there towards mid, hungry for more frags as well, but he's left in a 1v4. It would need to be a huge round off his own back if somehow he wants to clutch shit out. It's going to be so hard for him to do that as he does edge his way towards Vent. Trials is there, just hiding in his best Bruce Willis impression, as he knows what a TV dinner feels like, and Jake is going to be dead. Goes down as he strikes with the M4. Once again, Enclave will edge it out back slightly in their favor, but the rebuy looks good for NSG. The AWP coming out on JBA straight away. As Enclave, though, still not going to be able to scrape an AWP buy out, so they have to stick with a 5 rifle setup. Utility is a lot more healthy, though.
Enclave bounce back. Whisk and Lumgy annihilating the push towards A and towards that mid portion of the map. JBA will be warding the AWP. Hopefully we didn't see some weird, lurking AWP plays towards highway. He was very effective again in the first frag in one of the early buy rounds. But where can he really find an entry here? Lumgy playing towards highway. Trials as well towards Checkers. The push comes in towards door. The flash push comes through. Whisk finds the first frag as well as the real Jake is taken out of the equation. 5 versus 4 now. Minute 20 left on the clock. as they group out towards B. Trials in towards Vent. Fast support now for SDK on towards the B side. Gets spotted up, but where's Trials to try and aid him in the scenario? Where is the cavalry? Molotov will slow down the push slowly. But still, we wait patiently for Trials to have the impact into this round as they all make their mark now towards the... Ooh, that was quite questionable from SDK, but here it comes.
Push comes through. Trials strikes against them with the AK-47 as he causes some artistry. Starts to spray and pray from up top as well. Lumgy, the heightened angle, didn't heighten his senses. He wasn't able to be the marksman he needed to be into that round to actually strike against them, Snods. So it's only Jake and JBA remaining. They do try and peek out, take these firefights. It's fairly nice damage done with the AWP, but JBA traded back upon there by Trials. It's just Jake remaining.
Yeah, if JBA finds that kill, there's a real chance into that one. Fake Jake eventually going to be dispatched. 7-5 as Enclave find some form here at the end of this first half, which are going to round number 13. The money is still fairly affluent here for Nuclear Storm Gaming into the 13th, so they can afford a decent buy. But once again, actually, there's 5 rifle setup coming out. What do you reckon? I feel like
JK.
Yeah, JK. Yeah, you know him very well.
Yeah, probably, mate. I reckon he could probably pick it up fairly quickly. Let's see as he comes through. It's actually Jake to deal the damage. Jake, he's just been used as cannon fodder there. But, you know, the Jake lives on in spirit, I guess, as they push out. They've got site control to work with. Jakey just going to try and open up a can of worms from this AK. He assaults them with a weapon. Just frag after frag coming out. He's been able to dominate, and that's a 4K for him in the round.
Oh,
drops
there
the spray
he is.
as well.
He's feeling confident. Fake Jake. Looking sharp. And now just SDK in the 1 versus 3. Has had a rather quiet game so far, if we can see the scoreboard as well, if that's okay. So, yeah, 2-11 there for SDK. That's why Nuclear Storm Gaming continuously go in towards the B side. They expect weakness towards B. You know, SDK not having the best performance, so how can we isolate him? How can we exploit him? But Jake, 17 frags already, 17-9. You can tell he's had a long DM session. Aim's looking crisp, aim's looking sharp. 8-6 there. 4K, double entry towards A main, then the double entry as well towards the site itself. 4 kills all from the salvaged AK in the last round. So Jake proving why those CS teams always go for the save and then 1 AK and force around it. You can really get a lot done if you trade with the frags, with the 1 AK. And now maybe that's a lifeline given to Nuclear Storm Gaming going forward. You know, the buy for Enclave isn't going to be the strongest. UMP, FAMAS, 3 M4s as well. No AWP coming into the fray. But there will be 5 rifles here for Nuclear Storm Gaming into round number 15 as we do conclude this half.
Well, straight out through mid as they want to try and go for the burst style play. Molotov in vent as well to stop those CTs from doing anything too cheeky. Take the advantage, take the push through mid. Jake's looks pretty juicy so far, so let's see if we can try and keep that up as well. Lumji forced to fall back, going to regroup up with the rest of the teammates towards the A site. This provides, again, a push and pull towards mid as well. As Zacti and Jake start to clear their angles, making their presence known as well. Flashbang going to go out towards the B site, Snods, as they've gained a lot of map control here.
They have indeed. Mid, completely wide open. And now a B split would be extremely efficient. They have a Molotov as well for Peggy, so maybe they can go towards B, Molotov out towards back checkers, try and set trials alight. But instead, Shiki, Trials come together. Frag a piece. Reface comes in and nice. An awful spray, but the Molotov will secure the frag. 2 versus 4 now as SDK is struggling to do anything. As he opens up the B-bomb site. Yes, Jakey is low, but Zacti has the health. Zacti has the AK. Zacti has the double flashbang as well. This could be the upset round.
Jakey, though, he's going to be tested first. He's the frontline infantry, the cannon fodder, essentially. He just needs to try and buy his teammate time and find success with the M4, but instead it comes to Zacti, gets the up-close kill. Took down Whisk as he put the barrel in his gut and blew him to bits, but couldn't get the further frags. Goes down. Lumji with the defuse. That is a 9-6 scoreline now at the half, Snods.
Yeah, I mean, Enclave having the 5-0 start on the CT side, we thought, okay, this is going to be fairly systematic. It's obviously going to be the mixed team coming out from Nuclear Storm Gaming, from Curry's PC world, of course. But yeah, I mean, we thought, what, maybe a 10-5 half, an 11-4 half after how one side of the early portion of this, well, half was on cash. Instead, though, Jake especially, fake Jake, not Jakey the real Jake, but fake Jake, looking sharp as... I haven't seen him so far. Have you seen him? You casted the Prem 2 weeks ago. Did you see him?
Yeah, I think we saw fake Jake then. Definitely wasn't as loud as he is today, but this has been a good showing for him. By no means can you take that away from him. Obviously being able to wield the AK to a high standpoint, a couple of nice rounds off the back of it. He's looked fairly crisp overall.
Oh, this is strange. The kit player from Nuclear Storm Gaming playing towards the B side. It's something you don't usually see every day, but he is playing towards headshot, so he has got the headshot angle. And fake Jake about to be tested. He was crisp on the last pistol, but unfortunate. Unable to do anything. Peggy now last line of defense towards B.
Carl goes down though. Peggy not being able to find those frags this time as the 3 remaining CTs are forced into awkward angles. They're going to try and swarm back through, you'd imagine. Exactly on the rotate. Could be cut short by Shiki as he slices him down. It's just Jakey and JBA remain. But can the 2Js achieve anything here?
I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. There is a kit dropped on towards the B-bomb site. JBA is all so low. At this point, you may as well just save your Kevlar. And, you know, invest into, if they can find a frag, a scout Kevlar. But they need to find a kill. Telegraphs where he is. And there you have it. Just going to be JBA last alive. Going to go in towards door, save his Kevlar. Has to find a frag, so we're only going to have 1,400 to work with. But, you know, Deagle, utility. UMP, flashbang. Could actually buy a UMP in a smoke as well if he wants to play close towards mid. Smoke mid, play towards vent, maybe play towards under boost, maybe even boost mid as well. But a lot of the times, oh, I just saw it. What? Enclave CSGO EPS. Look at it now, Jack.
Enclave CSGO. They've changed their names. We've done it. Will's done it. He's run back in there. He's told him how it is.
He slammed the desk.
It's not EPS anymore. As the frags, they muster and they get ready into the round as we want to try and see if these kills are going to come through. Peggy with the deagle, can he deal some damage up close personal? No, Carl has been extinguished in seconds as they eradicate him. Lumji with the entry. More to be done as well. Shiki comes through with the SMG, punches JBA. Jake's got out the Wild West once again.
He
the revolver.
He does love it. It does deal some quite, you know, big digs with the R8 revolver. Thanks for the showcase there, mate.
He knows what's up.
He's selling. He's pitching it well. He's pitching it well.
He's keeping it up there.
Well, 6 to 10. Bound to go 6 to 11. Gosh, look at that. That's like, what, 70 damage in one shot? Ludicrous. You tag that with a CZ, and you've got something.
Yeah. Or you could just have two CZs. And that would be better. Oh, Jakey. Sliced up Cheeky. He's not going to be happy about that one.
6-11. 5-round advantage now for Enclave on the T half of cash, and that lead may extend when you look at the buy coming out from Nuclear Storm Gaming. Going to be the eco, obviously, when you have these 9-6 halves, when the T side wins their pistol, when they have the 6-round advantage already, sorry, the 9-round advantage already, a lot of the times it is converted into a 9-12, therefore 12-6 scoreline where, you know, the doubling the scoreline of their opposition is very hard for Enclave now to throw this one away. You know, you win the first buy round, you win versus the quasi-buy following that one, you're at 14-6 advantage. Unless you're endpoint, they should have this one.
Well, right now I'm just going to go for their group top play towards mid as they just walk their way down. We're going to get that bomb planted towards B as well. Shiki comes through from the SMG spam, tags up Zakti. Trying to get a little bit more out. Shiki somehow finding these flicks. He's going to be ferocious off the back of what Jakey did to him, but Jake does it this time instead, as it's back-to-back knives coming through.
Jakey, easily taken care of. Peggy last alive there, so let's take a look at the kills as well, as we haven't really been paying too much attention to the firepower. Peggy 5 of 15. Must have just came back from the pub. And STK 3, that's very true, isn't it? STK 3 for 12. So, you know, players on both sides struggling in terms of, you know, who's performing. Obviously, Jake stealing the limelight for the side of Nuclear Storm Gaming. And 20 frags for Trials already on the 2-0. Can he try and finish it with 30? Find out shortly.
SDK is not at the best game.
Yeah.
3 frags. It's a bit...
I was trying to, you know, forget about it and not be...
It's quite small. As numbers go, 3's quite low. Yeah. Obviously, it's not as low as 1, but...
or 0, or minus numbers.
It's still fairly close to that number, so... Shiki, though, taking map control towards mid, going to lob out some flashbangs as fast as possible. Push comes in towards B. Peggy's got the defense, but it's only going to be 1 frag he finds before the resurgence come through. SDK as well increases his lead of kills. Shiki with a nice little flick there up towards Jakey, so repays the favor for the knife in the prior round. As JBA and Zakti are left for the retake, outnumbered 2 versus 4. And Shiki's just going for jump shots.
He's yumping for Yoi. Oh. Spots the head, whips out the CZ. Oh, yes, exactly. We'll be claiming that frag. So 2 versus 3. No defuse kit. AWP as well for the retake. Not really the best weaponry you want to be having in that scenario. They're just going to be saving at this point into round number 20. We'll salvage the secondary AWP. So maybe we see a double AWP setup coming out from Nuclear Storm Gaming if they can try and hold on to it, which they will. So 30-6. And right now, if I'm Nuclear Storm Gaming, I'm forcing around this. You've got enough there from JBA and Zakti to drop over these weapons. Drop 2 M4s over. Let's see, a 4 rifle buy, maybe a UMP come out or a FAMAS for one of the players. And yeah, I want to see Jake on one of these AWPs or one of these M4s. And it will be Peggy, obviously, having a quiet game, but sacrifices the firepower, will wield the utility in terms of the Molotov smoke double flashbang as well. Oh, Jonathan Shiki with the audacious peek and the audacious push towards middle. JBA finds the first though. SDK, Trials both taken out of the equation.
Oh, Jakey, they're going to be forced out with the Molotov, but instead he peeks out early. He took the decision to instead extend through and take the fight. Takes down Shiki. So it is Lumji and Whisk that remain on that T side. But can these troublesome Ts achieve too much when they aggress towards the A site? Zakti looking confused there as he flicked away. Re-peeks out as well, goes down. They've given them the OPA they dearly needed. JBA with a cross will be able to deny the push as he catches them off guard. It's just Lumji that remains in a 1 versus 3 here. AK comes out, but will he be able to slay as he peeks through, forces Jake to hit the DECK. Continues on as well. His slow sprays remarkable, Snods. Right now he's putting fools in graves. It's just Peggy. Last alive, elevated angle has been claimed. What can he actually do from this heightened position as he waits for the push to come around? Lumji, though, he's playing a game of cat and mouse right now, waiting to see who will slip up first.
Yeah, this is unlosable, though, for Peggy. Unlosable. That's why elevated angle, never going to be expected from Lumji. Found the 2 kills to turn it into the 1 versus 3. And would you look at that? 7 for Nuclear Storm Gaming. He might be bringing this one back, Jack. I know that sounds crazy, but that endpoint game when they were, what, 14 to 4 up will haunt me for a long time.
A very interesting game of CS to start the day. Plugged this in well for the series. Jake, though, let's see what he can actually do as the smoke goes up. If he plays around the close angle on the smoke, maybe if they don't clear it, he actually could get some shenanigans. Gets the first frag, somehow hasn't gone down, gets the second and the third. Jake just blows them away as he finds 4 frags back to back. The shotgun Shogun comes out.
This guy is mental. My goodness, Jake. This play is going to be reverberating for a long time after this matchup does conclude. Cheeky petrified, and I would be too after that performance. The shotgun quad kill, and maybe, just maybe, the mental fortitude now from Enclave going to be tested. Do they have what it takes to try and battle against Jake? Because he is on fire.
Looking for the ace as he wants to try and hunt this down. Will Shiki deny the 5 as the push comes through? Still 55 seconds left on the clock. Jake trying to clear these angles out. Shiki going to be slipping away from him, barely getting out of his grasp as he hunts ever so slowly advancing towards him. It's just a matter of time if he can find this frag and give himself the ace. But his teammate will take it. Peggy denies the 5.
Give him the ace.
And NSG get the round.
Now we're going to forget about that play. See, if you found the ace, we've been here for a while. Yeah, I like that. Observers reporting in. I like that. First kill, second through the smoke, third with a quick drive-by. My goodness. What's he on now? 22 kills.
And Shiki was there in spawn going, "How have you all died?
You apes! What are you doing? Gosh!
You've all died to a mag 7!
If I'm not in the pack, nothing happens. What are you doing?
How's everyone dead?
You apes!
That was the team comms from that round. Push coming out, though, as they do want to try and go for the burst in towards this A site. They're going to risk it. Enclave actually starting to look like, obviously, they have to slow it down. They have to wait till they get some cash flow back in their favor before this push comes through. Jakey just holding towards close. Fork, Zacti as well on the site. Here's the bomb going down, but has he got the confidence to push straight through? Actually gave SDK enough time to get the plant off there. Trial strikes with the CZ as well. This is a bit of a mockery of a round, but it's still working out. Zacti cuts him down from the sidelines, eliminates Whisk, and it's just on Lamji and Shiki, the big dogs, the 2 dynamic duo of that side that actually make this round work, Snods. They're going to get the reset coming through as Peggy's in a 1v2, trying to strike against them. A corpse between a rock and a hard place. The unrelenting force will defeat him as Lamji hammers in a hard round from the AK. And Enclave get themselves to 14 rounds on the board.
Well, we've seen some crazy individual rounds here from the fake Jake, or after this performance, Jack, the real Jake. But yeah, apart from that, salient point being, you know, individual plays and individual prowess from one of the players from Nuclear Storm Gaming. Apart from that, Enclave, across the board, team play, all 5 players as well, firing on all cylinders. It seems like the consistency is just there. Shiki. Ooh, oh my goodness, what is going on?
The JBA train, as he hits them with the juicy shots from the AWP Snods. He wants more, continues it, as he finds that one as well. All of a sudden, NSG, they've woken up. They're on the gear.
Yeah, maybe. They could be on the gear. But obviously, by the gear, we mean Curry's from PC World and Intel. And an AOC monitor as well.
Just throw them all in. Get all the brands in at once. Throw it all under the bus. Keep it rolling. As many as you can.
See, Will liked that one. Will liked that one. He came in, gave me the finger point. He knows. That was a great plug.
Well, Nuclear Storm Gaming by Curry's PC World are continuing on now as they want to try and keep this going. Meanwhile, for Enclave, it is going to be another bit of an awkward round that comes through. Just force up with the CZs, grab whatever you can get from the back of the sofa. Look
what would you find behind your sofa? What would be lurking in your sofa specifically? I reckon some beard hairs.
Yeah? You think I'm just molting everywhere?
Maybe Nadia would be there as well if she fell through the sofa.
Down the back of the sofa?
Yeah,
maybe.
A
couple of £1 I lost my keys once down the side of the sofa.
Really?
Yeah, and luckily they were saved by a keyring. And I could reach them in and grab them. Jakey, though, looks like he wants to try and reach into this round and pull out some money. As he wants to try to shake his moneymaker with the MP9 here towards mid. Let's see if he can rack up the cash and build some Wonga.
Ooh, Jake up close and personal, finds the first, lines up the second, but a fast frag comes out from Whisk with that CZ. And now they make their way towards Vent. Going to be the B-split coming in, potentially the smoke towards the top of highway. Going to be denying any information from Nuclear Storm Gaming. But damage has been down, and maybe, ooh, if they group up against the smoke as well, they're going to be expecting JBA to get overzealous here, get too close. Flashbang soars over, but a fast turn, and he's not blind. But what he is fragging. Zaxi chimes in, should I say, with a nice frag onto Lumji. Just going to be the last player remaining. Jonathan Shiki, King Kong, Beast from the Northeast. Beast from the Northeast. Words are hard. And so is CT side Cash, as Nuclear Storm are 4 rounds behind still.
Do you know, interestingly enough, where that came from, mate? When he was first called the Beast from the Northeast.
Go on then.
It was a quote from Kyanite. And do you know what Shiki used to call Kyanite?
Gosh, I don't even want to know.
He used to call him Sandal Knight because he turned up to LAN just wearing a pair of sandals with socks on the entire event.
Oh gosh.
So it was Sandal Knight. It's a classic UK moment. If you guys have got some favourite UK moments from the past, why don't you tweet them in? Hashtag ESL Prem. It's live up on the screen. Let us know what your favourite moment from the past or present of the UK scene.
Or the future. Do you expect Wind and Rain to do well in Premier? Do you expect the new Empont roster to do well after the departure of Imi? Or do you think Imi's going to be doing very well in the coaching role, as I do as well, in NRG? Let us know. Hashtag ESL Prem. It's not hard, so we want to see some interaction.
Yeah, or your favourite fruit as well. Why not? Exactly, though. Let's see what he can do as he tries to deal some damage. Push comes out fast and furious. The response is there. Jakey only going to get one. Couldn't quite double it up, but luckily Jake was there to double down with the AK. Falls back on Whisk now. He's got the Wu-Tang sword in his possession, but will he be able to strike with it? As he's got the Deagle out, Snogs pushes up close, but he's already down and out. Jake will strike against him. 11-14 is going to be the score as we get ever closer. Meanwhile, for Enclave, all they need to get is 1 round, and they'll have an overtime safety net guaranteed. For Nuclear Storm Gaming, it's going to be a little bit harder than that. It's got to be a more fought fight. They don't have any room for mistakes, and essentially they need to get the next 4 back-to-back to give themselves a good region of breathing room.
Well, 11-14. We saw Radix lose in the last matchup from this exact same position where they gave up a 16-14 loss after losing 5 in a row. AWP from JBA coming in towards Checkers. 5 AKs from Enclave though, so no AWP coming out from Jonathan Shiki. But looks like smokes towards the A side. Looks like a fake though, Jack. Smokes towards A and run back towards B. This is a very Shiki call. I like this. Boost towards mid as well as they will actually force utility out. Zaxi deploys his Molotov early. Now the first frag found towards mid. Peggy taking out towards white box. The split comes in towards B, Jack, and we're right. The fake towards A has worked.
On the site, though, you've got Jakey and JBA trying to hold it with their lives so far. The AWP has been able to get 1 frag for free. Still hunting through before he's eventually decimated as Jake and JBA go down. It's all on Jakey. Lying in wait to try to strike against them, but you actually can't get it off. He falls short into the round where he was so direly needed. This should be Enclave with round number 15, unless Exacti has something to say about this situation. A 1v3. Doesn't look like he's going to go for it. They are low. It's only Trials has 4 HP. He actually does entry in. He has a kit. He's got some utility. Finds the first frag. The headshot comes out on Whisk. Lumji's just playing the close angle by ramp. If he pushes with a flash, maybe he can protect him. But Lumji had the angle covered. He's going to checkmate him there as he finds the headshot towards back Checkers. 15 rounds secured for Enclave. 1 away from closing this out. The rebuy comes out for NSG. Double up setup in commission.
Double up. Costly investment, Jack, but obviously money isn't the commodity at this point. If they lose this round, it will go 16-11, and Enclave are going to pick up their first win here in the Premiership, and that doesn't bode well for NSG. I mean, if they lose here, that'd be what, 0-3, 0-4 for them so far in the Premiership, so they won't be able to muster up a win so far. And with how competitive the Premiership's been, this is by far the most competitive Premiership we've had in a long time. You know, I don't see Nuclear Storm Gaming making it out of groups, obviously, but I'm worried for that relegation spot. Obviously, auto-relegation if you finish 5th. To be honest, especially with all the roster issues as well, changing their roster after Epic LAN, I just don't see this team making it into, you know, into the next season of Prem, unless they can have a resurgence and qualify again, which they very well could do.
Jakey Goes down, going to play on the close angle. Shiki's there just holding with the AK, and so if Jakey gets overconfident and peeks out, Shiki should get the frag. But actually, Jake does it. Wins out on the duel, gets the initial kill with the M4. Makes things harder for Enclave, but even then it should still be achievable, especially when SDK finally wakes up, gets the kill on Jakey from the rear. Gives them the opportunity to take this control towards the site as well as they slip in, Snods. Oh, the spray down coming through, but it's Trials to just execute as he decapitates them, catches them off the back of the guillotine play there. Jake and JBA on the retake, but they've only got AWPs. It's going to be a very hard affair for them, and they need to go now. It has to be done so soon. They don't really have the timing to play with, Snods. This does not bode well as they bound their way in. They're leaping through, but they're having to clear the angles one by one. Things are getting awkward. Enclave will get the round as Trials find success taking down Jake. And there you have it. That is going to be Enclave getting the victory there.
16-11. It looked close. Start of the second half, we thought, okay, Jake's given them a resurgence. He's given them some form into this matchup.